If you've ever read any self-help books or anything of that sort of motivational speaker, they always say that you should try to push your comfort zone, get outside of the box you live in, and sort of stretch your boundaries a little bit. Try new things. Unfortunately, I may have upset my wife by making her try a game she didn't want to try. So I'm here doing the intro alone. Whoopsie!
The Gaming Lovers Podcast with Brendo and Jem.
That's right. Hyper Brendo here in the bad books right now. Welcome to the Gaming Lovers Podcast, episode number 77. We are talking about all sorts of odds and ends today, from Goosemania that's still running wild all through the world, to a little experiment I tried to push Jem, my co-host and wife, outside of her comfort zone in joining me for spooky month. October is when I do play a lot of spooky games. It's just thematic. You've got ghouls and ghosts and skeletons and zombies and creatures all decorating your local supermarket or fast food restaurants. It just seems to be the right time of year to play scary games. But apparently, if your name is Jem, it's not. And may have upset her a little bit. So we're going to try to steer the ship for a little while. She'll take over a bit later after she's cooled down a little bit. So for now, at least, I'm sitting solo. You get the pleasure of listening to me rattle off my gaming goals, and perhaps, Jem will fill in with hers later on. Gaming goals time. Before we get there, we do need to talk about the sensation that is sweeping every nation, and sweeping it with its white feathery wings. We have been proclaiming from the rooftops through our orange beaks that Untitled Goose Game is a must-play game. It's currently out on PC, on Mac, and on the Nintendo Switch. It's coming to other consoles too, which makes me very happy. Melbourne-made game, our hometown. We loved it. Love at first sight doesn't happen much in this day and age, but with Untitled Goose Game, we did love it. There have been some very amusing news articles recently. It made the actual legitimate, 6 o'clock news on Australian TV the other day of how 4 mates became instant millionaires, but ignore the fact it took a bit of work to actually make a game. Oh, media. They never get it right, do they? But people have an adoration for an untitled goose. I'm not sure if the goose himself is untitled or if it's simply the game. But Goose from Untitled Goose Game. We've already established people want him in Smash Brothers. People want him to be in the Video Game Hall of Fame. People have been getting tattoos of Goose. And that just seems quite a impulsive decision to me. I personally don't have any tattoos. I don't really have anything against them if they look good. But I'm worried that my preferences change so often that unless it was something in the Sonic the Hedgehog realm that I've liked since I was 5, I would be concerned that I wouldn't like what I've etched onto my body in 5 or 10 or 20 years' time. So the people that have instantly gone and got a goose tattooed onto them, that shocks me. But it doesn't surprise me because Goose has influenced pop culture and is now a foundational piece of video game lore and history and forever will be. But not only that, we've also had some other very amusing memes and artworks coming out. But the most amusing thing that I found was a Twitch streamer who goes by the name of Rudism. His name's Dylan Beck, and he likes to try and play games wrong. And so he modified his controller inputs. He had a voice-controlled microphone to control the honks of the goose. He put a bed sheet, I assume, over him to flap his wings, and when he moved his wings, it flapped the wings in the game. He put flippers on his feet, and when he waddles on his seat, he moves the goose. Talk about a new way to live. Forget virtual reality. If you want to live a video game, become the goose. I mean, what am I even talking about? Become the goose. Moving on to gaming goals, I did beat Untitled Goose Game this week. I really quite enjoyed, in particular, the last section of that game was something I didn't expect it to be after going through a lake and then a garden and then the pub. These early sections that you've seen footage of, you've seen clips of. The last section cracked me up. It's been so long since I've played a game that gave me such a sense of just being jovial while playing games. I had such a great time with Untitled Goose Game, and I love the dynamic of your final mission. I don't want to give it away, but if you enjoy the game, I think it is a very clever little piece of game design. And Untitled Goose Game, as short as it is, I have already had so much fun showing it to family members, showing it to friends. It's going to be one of those games that gets a permanent fixture on our rotation when friends come over. I love the Goose, and with the success worldwide, #1 in pretty much all the markets it's been released on the Nintendo Switch eShops, I'm hoping for a little more content. The game released short, but in this day and age, games can be extended, and that's what we love. If the content's good, I have no objection to releasing more content. This game would fit so well with a cooperative mode. Imagine the chaos that a pair of geese can cause. Untitled Geese Game. I'm all about that. But even like a capture the flag or a race to collect as many mischievous items as you can, more so than your competitive partner who's playing against you, you could have head-to-head geese action. I'm all about this. This sounds like an incredible idea, and I hope they do expand it. Some new areas, some new game modes. It would make it even better. But I do look forward to whatever House Games make next, because I loved Push Me Pull You, and I love Untitled Goose Game. Unfortunately, I have not been into any scary games yet for the month of October. It's supposed to be spooky month, but unfortunately, schedules align weirdly. I've been on super late shifts. I've been resting and sleeping as much as I can, which eats into my gaming schedule, and that's the scariest thing of all. I don't have time to play games. What could be scarier than that? However, it's not all bleak. It's not all disastrous. I have been enjoying quite a bit of Persona Q2, a game I started months ago at this point on the Nintendo 3DS. And I have had ebbs and flows with my enjoyment of Persona Q2. I adore the Persona series. I have played every game, every spin-off. I started with Persona 1 and 2 on the PS Vita. I've played 3, I've played 4, I've played 5, I've played 3 Portable, I've played 3 Fez, I've played the dancing games, I've played the fighting games, I've played Persona Q. I don't know if I'm just burning out from the Persona universe, or if this game hasn't quite captured me as much as the first Persona Q did. But when I get in the zone, I really enjoy this game. But then when I don't enjoy it so much, I could easily just abandon ship and just go, I'll go move on to something else. I've been looking forward to getting back to the PS Vita. In particular, some of the visual novels and the JRPGs that we did buy while we were in America early this year, picking up some physical Vita games. So hopefully Persona Q2 might wrap up soon. I believe I'm in the last world, but if Persona Q1 is anything to go off, this is going to take some time. And the difficulty spikes with the enemies once they start doing one-hit instant kills with light and dark magic. Sort of saps your enjoyment a little bit. But I am still enjoying it. Don't let my somber mood about instant kills deceive you. I am currently riding a high with Persona Q2, but that's pretty much all I have played. I have secured a copy of Resident Evil 7. I have got Man of Medan, whatever it's called. That is ready to go co-op run with my good buddy the Falcon this month. And there may even be some extra horror games thrown in later this month too, because my good buddy the Falcon has just got a PS VR, and There are some games that he has tried and he's enjoyed for what they are, just a little Shark Tank experience. There have been other ones that he has wanted to play. He got it specifically so he could play games like the Paranormal Activity game, but he tried it a little bit and was immediately too terrified to play, and so we will be enjoying that together. I'll give a full report, possibly the last podcast of this month maybe, will be all about VR horror games, and that is going to be terrifying, but I'm looking forward to it. Horror games are weird in that I sometimes don't enjoy playing them, but then after the fact I'm like, yes, that was fun. But as you're actually experiencing the fear, it's not quite so fun. This is a feeling which has led to me sitting in this booth all alone because I decided to push my wife's buttons a little bit, challenge her to join in Spooky Month, and see how she could handle a game that admittedly ramps up the tension and the ambience and the creepy sounds and the creepy lighting, but overall, not too much scary things happen. They didn't know that. I let them go in with their own imaginations running wild. Both Jem, my wife, my co-host, my other gaming lover, and our young friend Jazz, they were both in the same mindset of, we'll try it. And so I thought, let's pull the trigger. Let's see if they can get through Little Nightmares. Just the demo. Simply the demo of Little Nightmares. And it was kind of amusing.
Share the love. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/The Gaming Lovers.
Hyper Brendo here for his new segment on the Gaming Lovers podcast. We're going to be doing a fun challenge with Jem.
Hi.
And Jazz. She can try and not say anything, but it will come out. Okay. Who knows what sort of games I like to play in the month of October? Because at the end of October...
Oh no. Halloween games.
Halloween games.
Oh, I just guessed that.
I play spookier games in the month of October. Okay? Now, there are different levels of scary games. There are horrific, violent, bloody games. And there's other ones that are just a little bit creepy. Myself and my good buddy the Falcon like to play horror games together because it eases the tension, it keeps you relaxed, there's laughter, but the nervousness still builds up. And so you two are going to have a challenge of trying to get through the demo for a game called Little Nightmares. Okay? And every time your character goes through a doorway, you will hand the controller to the other person. And you'll go back and forwards. And so each time you take over, you're going to be heading into a new area. And we will see how well you two work as a fear-conquering team.
Is this the goose game?
It is not the goose game. Everyone's talking about the goose game. We're trying to do one segment.
Can we play the goose game?
We can play the goose game after this, but we have talked a lot about the goose game. The big question is, who is going to start? I would like a rock, paper, scissors to decide who is going to start.
Ichini-san. Wait. Is it on shoot?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me when to go.
Let's do shoot. 2, 3.
Oh, wait.
They can't even get their coordination together for rock, paper, scissors, so this is going to be interesting.
No shoot.
1, 2, 3.
No.
Alright, Jem has one. Who's going first, you or Jazz? If you pick first, you will have the first experience, but it may be the easier one. Or would you rather her start off in the hot seat?
I will make Jazz go first.
Okay. This is just the demo. The challenge will be for you two to beat this demo in less than
Where's with the creepy hair?
40 minutes.
There's no red balloon. Are we okay with the red balloon?
It's not it, although the raincoat does look the same.
So what is this game rated, just out of curiosity?
It's not rated. There's no... You won't
It's
see
not
any
rated.
blood.
There's, no. Like, I mean, classification.
M-ish? It should be fine. How old are you, Jazz?
12.
That's a lie. I've never seen you want to be so young before. Normally women don't start lying about their age until they're much older. Got nice creepy music.
Start trial.
I reckon settings was a better option.
Let's play with the settings. What a fun game.
So just remember, every time you go through a doorway, you hand the controller to the other person.
Oh, so there's going to be a doorway every second. As you're saying it, it sounds like that. So we're
Hopefully.
gonna be going like this.
Hopefully lots of doorways. I see a light.
Is there a doorway when you first walk in?
I don't know.
Because that you could have made a mistake. Oh, it vibrated.
With the controller.
Yes. I'm not liking this.
Are you sleeping in like a suitcase?
It looks like a coffin.
You're in control, Jazz.
Oh, I'm ready. Okay, let's look for a doorway quickly because I want to get out of here.
Can you interact with that?
Would the hatch count as a doorway?
Well, they're stuck in the first room, which is great.
Are they on a ship? It looks like it's rocking. They would explain all the water.
Yeah, we're on a ship.
Okay, R2, the big trigger on the top right, is to grab things.
Right.
And the big one, there we go, it's telling you right now.
Okay, let's do this. No.
What button was for the light? X?
Okay, got it. Your
And
turn.
you are through a doorway, so control over to Jen.
How do I do the light? And we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking, and now we're up.
Are you happy to have handed the control over, Jazz?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what's your heart rate like right now? Are you scared yet?
That was a sudden drop. A little bit of heads up, boys. Up the stairs we go, we go. Ooh, giant chains. I guess we're kind of in a dreamscape, right? Because it's little nightmares, so this is all surrealism. It's not really real, it's not really real, it's not really real, it's not really real, it's not really real. What's over here? That looks creepy.
Are you telling me this is the scariest game?
What is that? It is creepy. It's like a Japanese looking, like a doll. No, not a Buddha. It looks like a woman in a kimono. Is that a doorway?
Yes.
Haha! And it's your turn, Jazz.
Oh no. Maybe I can just rest on the couch for a bit.
On the wet couch.
Oh, there's a hanging chair. Maybe there's people in it, ready to come out.
Ooh. There was a porthole in the door. I saw something go past it.
So she tries to go into the door.
Oh, there's a bed. Slide down.
Ooh, can you bounce on it? There's you. Ooh. That counts as a doorway.
Yes, it does.
Technically, I went through two because there was one where I dropped in through a thing and I still kept going.
There's feet.
Oh, this just got dark. There better not be like a person that hung themselves, Brendo.
Probably is. Look up. Look up.
Let me out of here. No.
If only there was some way you could reach that door handle.
Hang from the feet.
Oh. And through a door, a literal door this time.
Okay.
I did not appreciate that room.
Oh, is that water? Am I going to die in it? Oh, I think it is a boat. Let's go in the fridge. I want to go in the fridge. Maybe someone's dead in there. Do me see?
I don't know. No. Oh, the music got sinister.
Jess seems to be having more fun doing this than you do.
She was the one who was the most nervous, and now I'm the one that's freaking out.
Climb up it.
No, I don't really want to. There's shoes in there.
What?
Someone's shoes, so they get hot feet.
Where?
Well, there was blood handprints on the door.
They weren't blood, they were black.
Yeah, which is what blood looks like when it dries. Goes dark.
Is that a doorway? Oh, there's a spider.
Why are you going back?
Oh. Oh. I'm dead.
You just got like strangled by a slug?
If you die, you have to hand the controller as well.
Can you fight back? It looked like what are the leeches? That's what they're called.
Why is she just running in the dark? That's a doorway.
Take it back. No. I jumped that time.
How's your heartbeat going there, Jim?
It's fast. You're getting chased by the thing. Get up, jump the thing, jump the thing, jump in the vent, go in the vent, jump the vent, jump.
Oh.
Now you're gonna get down and run. Square to run, square to run, square to run.
That's a doorway.
Oh no! Stop trying to do that. What are you doing?
That's a doorway.
They're gonna follow me.
You stopped the person right under more leeches. You're evil. I think you might have to climb the wood planks.
Stuck.
Or pulling them off. Hey, you're welcome. Doorway.
That's a doorway.
Why do I keep getting the worst bits?
Oh, that's a chicken. Oh no.
What was that?
I thought it was a chicken.
I died.
No, I didn't. Is this person like a Walking Dead or is she alive? Or he?
I definitely did. No.
You could have turned on your light and seen what was happening, don't forget.
I don't like this.
New game, please.
You guys have to get through this demo.
No, I don't like this.
Hold the light button.
There's a slug. I've never been so afraid of leeches.
Try using the light this
Died
time.
on purpose, so I'd have to do it.
Did you just die on purpose?
No.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Run. Run, kitty, run. Ah! No! It's like a maze. Get off me. I can't fight back.
Oh, they're disgusting.
They really are.
I think you can keep it, you know?
No.
You're pretty good with this.
No, you see my tactics, you learn from them, you improve.
How do you
Put
run?
the light on it, square. Hold square.
Where's square?
Oh, you jumped over there. You're sweet. You did smarter than me.
Ah!
Through the door, push.
Ow!
Climb up.
Oh.
Doorway.
Jumped off a ledge. Did I die? Does that mean it's your turn again?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
No, that's not fair.
Run and jump. Run and jump. There we go.
Oh.
You're not very good at
I'm
this.
really not. Whew.
This isn't even that scary a game.
I do not play any scary games.
This is your October challenge. You should be thankful that I'm leaving it at this.
Blind without any light. You crazy?
Yes.
Push,
Oh,
push, push. And not too heavy.
Oh.
There we go. Now
Hurry
there.
up, hurry up, hurry up.
Why are you
Hold
telling
on.
me to hurry up?
Before they follow you.
What do you hear?
Wind. I'm assuming.
That is a creepy.
It's like a walking mushroom.
I thought you said it was a chicken before, and now it's a walking mushroom.
It kind of looks like that.
That
Is
wind
there a bed?
is like screaming.
Oh, it's because you're getting higher. You're gonna walk the plank soon.
Ooh, this looks
Turn
like.
it.
Would this count as a doorway?
No, it doesn't. No. You're walking the plank. I'm telling you.
Oh, what the hell? What does that open? That means I have to time it and run back. What if I can make that jump?
Maybe wait till it
1, 2, 3, and run! And run, run. Oh, shoot! Whoops.
I don't think that was part of the plan.
No.
But not bad, you didn't fall to your death.
Yeah.
Do you end up fearing when it's your turn again? And do you feel the biggest sense of relief when you actually hand the controller over to the other person?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. Release and run.
Run really fast and jump and run and jump and run and jump and run and jump.
Doorway.
Oh no.
You're listening to the Gaming Lovers Podcast. Want to join the conversation? Visit thegaminglovers.com. Record your comment or question by clicking on the button on the right-hand side. And you could be featured in the next podcast.
Let's do this one. Looks like a mouth.
That better not be
Hi,
a doorway.
doorway. Oh no, never mind. Walking mushroom again. What's this? Oh, it's a puddle. That's fun.
She's finding fun where she can in this nightmare.
This is already a doorway.
Yeah, you keep getting transition rooms.
There you go.
Gem's back up.
I object. I'm just gonna run blindly. Run, 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 run.
What's that? It's way bigger than you.
What's your theory? What was that?
A giant.
And your theory?
The harbinger of death.
Oh, that too. Maybe it's her nanny.
Doorway.
Oh no. Oh, is there a small one?
Another creepy door.
Yes, that's a door. That's a door. This is a door. I can't get through it though. Oh, that's a door.
It is.
Not fair. This sucks.
Oh, toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Get some toilet paper. You're gonna need it.
That is a creepy looking door.
It's got an eye. It's staring at
it's a
me.
mouth. Wait, is it?
Oh,
there's a
I
lever.
pulled that way where I did not need to. Things are falling off and that scared me. This stupid roll of paper.
The scariest thing in this game. Toilet paper.
Keep turning the lights off.
Yeah, but I'm turning off the electricity so I can get through the door. And your turn.
No, that's
Look, bloody handprints.
Let's knock these over.
Oh, a seesaw.
Well, that looks fun. Oh, let's get in the box. Oh no. Oh, this is a child's room. Oh, no.
That's disturbing.
No, I don't like this.
This isn't fun. She wants to go on the swing.
Oh.
Just playing on the swing.
Jazz seems to just enjoy the scenery as much as she can.
That's cool. They have like a whole playground inside their bedroom. That's so cool. I want that.
Haven't they got rid of a lot of those at actual playgrounds? The what are they called? The merry-go-round things that spin. They would throw kids off at like high speeds, so they got rid of them. I loved that though. It was exhilarating. I think you have to hit the power off again because you got another electric door to get through. See how you can manipulate the seesaw to get up on the chest of drawers?
Oh, there we go. Or is this back there?
That might take you back to the kitchen. Now I'm confused.
Why would you need to go back to the kitchen?
Oh, it's like
The power. But then how are you supposed to get back through?
But the thing's already...
It's on the timer.
So then you know that you need to get through both
I
rooms.
just went through a door.
But if I run through this one, then you're going to have to continue the running.
You'll have to just take it through the next one too. Full speed, full speed.
Don't worry, keep going.
She's running in the dark.
Doorway, your turn.
Oh no. Don't make
Ooh,
me...
creepy jail cell doors.
Oh, this one doesn't have a light. Let's go in that.
Maybe that one's probably the one you should be worried about.
I don't know what to pick. Which door should I go through? Oh, let's go through this one.
That's a doorway.
The doorway.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Oh, it's something hanging. I don't think it's a person this time.
There's like, are they real people? Are they moving?
Is it?
And I'm running backwards because I'm scared.
That doesn't count.
That does not count. You can't just retreat.
Yes, I can.
But then I would just go back through that same door and go, it's a door. Oh, I think they're real. It's standing up.
Maybe I get petrified if I get caught in the light.
Just don't get caught in the light.
Eye of Mordor. Oh my goodness, it is like the Eye of Mordor. Alright, so I have to time this. Okay. Stay behind this pillar. And then when this one moves to the far left, 1, 2, 3, run.
Run, run, run.
No! So there's other people that have tried to get through that, and the other people have died in that room. That's their dead bodies.
I love how Jem's reaction is pure fear. Jazz's reaction is laugh.
You saw how I did it, right? You just time it with that.
But I'm dead.
Oh, they're like crouched, all fearful.
We're not staying dead. That's not fair. Well, this is the start of this, so I'm going to go through another door.
No, it doesn't.
It does count.
No, it doesn't.
It does count.
It doesn't, Brendo.
If someone dies at an obstacle, it's the other person's responsibility to try to get past it.
Yeah, but that's a door.
Alright, so wait for the light.
It's a door.
Hide behind that post.
Now.
See that post, that pillar? Hide, just stay. Don't go too far. And then run once it goes not yet. And then now run to the middle bit. Hide behind the mattress. And then stop. Edge your way like close to the edge. And now run.
I can't.
Well, stay. Just stay.
Does this make you nervous?
Yes.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, go. Run.
I can't. Where's... Oh, there we go.
You did it! Yay! Now you gotta climb, I think, these. Just be careful you don't get seen. So it looks like those handles you can grab. Well, that works too, the grates. Great work.
That is a door.
No.
Oh, that's a door.
Okay. You know the drill.
Oh, it's beds. Have a sleep. I think you need it. What is that? It looks like the thing from Toy Story.
Oh my gosh, this is way too creepy! No. Get out.
There's kids in there. In the beds. He's coming.
I can't tell if I'm getting past or not. I can't see.
Oh, that's your footsteps.
Congratulations, ladies. You beat the demo.
Oh my gosh. That was so disturbing.
Okay, no more. I'm done.
You're done? This was like the least scary game I could find that's still classified as a scary game. How did it go atmosphere-wise? Was it enough to put you on edge?
Yes.
Scariest moments?
The dead people. The hanging man.
That was pretty disturbing. I think that last bit there with that giant baby-ish looking thing with the giant hammer freaked me out.
baby
And I'm
man.
like trying to hide under the bed so it doesn't see me. Going, please don't find me.
Now, some people go on thrill rides at theme parks to get that adrenaline boost and then they realise that they're safe. Have you got a similar feeling and do you like it?
No.
You do have a similar feeling, but you don't like it.
I prefer the feeling of adrenaline from rides. I'm not a fan of thriller and horror games.
What about you, Jazz? You know how you've been on roller coasters? Does it have a similar feeling?
Yeah?
Do you like it?
Mm-mm.
Well, congratulations on beating the demo. Maybe next week we'll get Jem to do the entire game of Little Nightmares.
Okay,
No,
and I'll watch.
She can live stream it for everyone to witness. With a camera on her face too. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I need paper bags. I'll be hyperventilating.
Thank you very much for your participation.
Do I play a happy game now?
You can play Happy Days.
Yes, we need all the happiness. Let's Untitled Goose Game, please.
That was very amusing to watch. Little Nightmares plays very similar to Limbo with a sort of side-scrolling puzzle platformer, but this one certainly ramps up with the creepy factor. Due to its sort of cutesy nature, you're a very small person in very large environments. It sort of plays on the fears, I guess, of being young and looking up at the world. But it was very amusing to watch. That entire clip has been uploaded to my YouTube channel. Find me, Brendo, on YouTube. HYPERBRENDO.
Love it!
Adding in the fear that every time they go through a doorway, they had to switch the controller made them dread taking back over because you don't know what's in the next area. That's the exact feeling that myself and my good buddy the Falcon enjoy tag teaming single-player horror games, where we will alternate controllers at each chapter. We will alternate after each death or 2 deaths or whatever areas we get up to. We bounce back and forth, and sometimes you need that break, and you're like, please take it. I'm so sick of trying to kill this boss, and I've failed repeatedly. And sometimes you're like, please take it. I can't handle this anymore. This game's too scary. I love playing games of that manner. I wanted Gem to try to feel that same experience, and, well, I don't think she enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed watching her do it. But I had a good time.
Share the love. Follow us on Twitter at BrendoGem. That's BrendoJem.
Perhaps we should get her thoughts on it, and I will tag out with my wife.
Tag, I'm in. Oh my goodness. I think I've aged about at least a decade in the last few hours. So thanks for that. Love of my life. In all seriousness, though, it was weirdly fun. I think both Jazz and I kind of relished seeing each other squirm. As mean as that sounds, as much as I really hate playing horror and scary type games, there is some sick pleasure derived from watching somebody else squirm when they're in the hot seat. So I think I kind of enjoyed that a little too much. So anytime I got to hand the controller back over to her, I was very happy. But I guess I have been talking about being outside my comfort zone as far as gaming for, I feel like, several months now. I've been wanting to challenge myself, and I tried that with more like online games, but I guess that kind of pertains to like scarier games too. Every time I do it though, I kind of regret it. Maybe there's still something I haven't discovered yet that's still kind of outside my wheelhouse, but that won't freak me out so much. Maybe sporting games. That could be next on my list. Yes, I will get addicted to FIFA games, right? That's what they are? Sounds perfect. At least it will not freak me out. Like, some of the music and the art style, I will give Little Nightmares its credit. It does a good job of building that ambience. Most scary games really do excel in that. If you take away the audio, though, and take away that tense music, it can make it a little easier to breathe, and then it just becomes like a puzzle game, really, and stealth. So I'm good at the puzzles. Stealth, still not my strongest part of gaming. I kind of liked it with the Untitled Goose Game, because if you stuff up, it doesn't really matter too much. With games like this, though, if you muck up a stealth run, then you dead. And I'm also scarred. So yeah, thankfully it wasn't too graphic or gory. There's some imagery in there, like the hung man, that is a bit unpleasant. But that said, there are other video games that aren't really classified as scary games, like Fallout. Even Dragon Age, when I first played that, had its fair level of gore, more than I was ever really used to seeing in video games after coming from a lot of like party-esque Mario Kart type games. It can always be a bit of a shock to the system. So I guess my tolerance for that has come a long way. I don't know whether I want to admit, though, that I'm a little grateful for this experience, because now Brendo's going to try to make me play more of these types of games. So I'm going to shut my mouth. To recap on my gaming goals, since I missed out on the beginning of this episode of the Gaming Lovers podcast, I've basically just been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses still. I have 4 students left to recruit, and then I've got them all. I feel like it's kind of like Pokemon meets Fire Emblem, like I'm trying to collect them all before time runs out, and I am determined to get all the students that I can. There's a couple that you can't recruit, but I'm this close, so I'm going to get it. And just recently, I got back into Stardew Valley because that game doesn't really ever end. And I wanted to play something relaxing and chill, and I forgot how much I missed my farm and how awesome it is and how much stuff I have to gather each day. Time runs out really quickly and I have very little time to socialize with the townsfolk, but it is still so much fun to just do what you want and enjoy. I'm discovering more and more I love having, I guess at the very least as a side game, a chill video game that doesn't rush me, that has relaxing music. I think especially after this horror game, I need more of that in my life. More chill games, please. Can I put that order down to video game developers? I would like some more. Now we know that Brendo is going to be playing lots of scary games this month. I am going to do my best to avoid all scary games this month. But I do need another game on my list. I think I might go revisit my Vita. It's been a little neglected, and I did get a bunch of visual novels while I was in America. So maybe I'll put on social media a couple of different titles and let you guys choose what you want me to play next. Sounds good to me. That way I don't have to choose. It's a little weird talking to myself in this booth. It reminds me of work. Actually, my radio days, hosting a show by myself. I kind of prefer having Brendo here, but he's in the doghouse. So, thanks for joining us, and we hope that you have enjoyed hearing myself and Jazz be terrified by little nightmares. If you want to see the video, the link is up on our website, thegaminglovers.com. You can find Brendo's YouTube page there, and that will show you all the fun, antics, and horror, and us screaming. There's a little more content in the video than there was in the actual episode of this podcast, so you'll get a little bit more out of it. So if you want a little bit more, you can get it in that video from the live stream there. I'm thinking Brendo needs to live stream his VR experience when he does Resident Evil. Yeah, revenge time, don't you think? All's fair in love and war. Since he's not here to say it, I guess I get to sign off for both of us. Until next week, thanks for listening to the Gaming Lovers podcast. I've been Jem.
Chowski Bayonara.
Thanks for listening to the Gaming Lovers podcast. For more episodes or to watch some live stream gaming, visit thegaminglovers.com.